Ottawa Senators, the Philadelphia Flyers. Round one of the playoffs. It's one game elimination, by the way, throughout my entire playoffs. We got Ottawa Senators and Philadelphia Flyers both in second place in their division. Ottawa's fifth in the conference. Philadelphia's fourth in the conference. Just like the last game we've seen. Columbus and Minnesota, fifth and fourth seed teams, both second in their division. Once again, computer versus computer, because the only team I control throughout the entire season is the Chicago Blackhawks. But eventually we'll be getting back to the Blackhawks when we get to round two. Let's check out vintage jerseys. Oh, those are the ugliest vintage jerseys I've ever seen. It looks like somebody's wearing the Brady Bunch. Okay, let's check out Philadelphia's vintage jerseys. That's what's wrong with today's jerseys. Like, I mean, look at that. There's no stripes at the bottom, just one stripe. I mean, check the... Okay, I guess they're 83 jerseys too, but I guess the Philadelphia Flyers never really did have much color in their jerseys, just pretty much orange with one white stripe or white with one orange stripe for the most part. I guess we'll go with that. And as for Ottawa, I don't know if I want to go with those ugly things or not. I suppose we could. So here we go. Ottawa at Philadelphia. The Ottawa Brady Bunch wardrobes. Got a special surprise after this game. I'm going to be doing a Super Nintendo game, Monopoly. I did Monopoly on the PS2, and to my surprise, it is the most popular video on my channel. For some reason, there's a lot of people that love that Monopoly video, so hopefully the Super Nintendo version will be successful too.
For the opening face-off. The face-off goes to the Flyers. To Pitkin. Shoots the puck from the left. Out comes Andre Mazars. And he brings it over the line. To Daniel Alfredson. Shot it from behind the net. Passed ahead to Forsberg. Over center. To Mike. He scores! Let it rip. Ottawa has not seen things go according to plan so far. It's early in the game, but yeah, that goal has got to be a cause for concern. I'm sure their coach will have some more for high sticking. Some people might question that call. The referee has decided it's worth 2 minutes in the sin bin. Ottawa trying to take advantage of a penalty here. Well, we haven't seen the power play yet tonight, but we know they're going to be a handful. Great skill in that first unit. Passed ahead to Spezza. Picked that up to Daniel Alfredson. To Fisher. One-timer! Spezza with it now. Another shot. Here comes the save. It's cleared out by Johnson. Scooped up by Ottawa. And he stopped that and he hangs on. Philadelphia can really bury an opponent. But you can't just sit back and let this team come at you. You have to force them to play the game in their own end. That's the key to beating this offense. The faceoff goes to the Flyers. Here's Gary Pitkin. Up shot, and he's stopped by Hutchins. But grabbed by Forsberg. Shot the puck on the right. To Vermette. Now it's passed to Schaefer. Good shot right on. Rathje gets called for hooking. We've got a beautiful angle on this replay. Take a look. There should be no doubt in your mind about the call. Philadelphia will now play with only 3 men. Now they're going to be hung out to dry by all these penalties. They're making it way too easy for the visiting team. Here's Pricing. To Jason Spezza. Front of the net. Johnson. Stronger leaves the box, but his team's still short-handed by 1 player. Passed ahead to Spezza. To Alfredson. To Jason Spezza. Shot the puck. He scores. Daniel Alfredson has knotted this up. Alfredson is a wonderful offensive player because he has loads of skill and he works hard. He's able to fight for position to score and has the skills to finish once he gets there. Halfway through the first and they're right back in it. Now let's see how long the tie lasts. In front. Here's Schaefer looking for his first shot on net to Eaves. Quick shot. Grabbed by Philadelphia. They gain the blue line on the attack. One-timer from beside the net. Fisher. He passes it to Eaves. He turned the puck over. Out comes Keith Primo. Big shot. Here's Peter Forsberg. Takes it behind the net. To Primo. Now passing it to Primo. He intercepts it. Camille. He scores! Right in the first, they've got the lead. His stick flexes so much as he loads that shot up. When he lets it fly, it just explodes off his blade. Ottawa takes the lead late in the first. Great timing. That's definitely going to give them a lift.
Number 22.
Throws it at the net, and he had to make that save, Jim. Down by 2 late in the first would have been a tough one to swallow. Hasek made the save. It's off the post. One-timed it. He goes wide. Philadelphia takes possession. Here's R.J. Umberger. Scoop shot. Fired the puck just wide of the net. Over to Umberger. Under 2 minutes to go in this first period. Here's Keith Primo. Here's Mike Canudo to Gagne. Now over to Primo. The horn signals the end of the first period. 2-1 is the score.
Philadelphia had the first goal, Otto came back and took the lead right away. Let's go ahead and jump into the second period.
Leads 2-1 as we start the second. They were down 1-0, but rallied with 2 unanswered goals to pull ahead after 20. Shots are 8-5 for Ottawa. Right in front. Quick up to Fisher. Out comes Jason Spezza. He intercepted. And he passes it ahead to Fisher. To Fisher. To Fisher. To Spezza. Turco. Denies him. The ref indicates a delayed call. Ahead to Fisher. Into the slot. Easy stop for Turco. Knuble will get the gate for high sticking. He came up with his stick and took his man down. In this game, that's going to get you a penalty every time. Converted once already, and they're getting another power play chance here. Face-off one by Robitaille. The goaltender plays the puck. Here's Jason Spezza. He's been the hottest shooter, not the hottest scorer yet. Desjardins cleared it. Ottawa jumps on it over to Redmond. And play is whistled down for the offside. Turco does a good job stopping the shot. A wrist shot is more accurate than a slap shot. You don't need much space to put them in.
He's wearing a Dallas Stars helmet and a Philadelphia Flyers uniform.
With a slap shot. That's blocked. Saved by Turco. That's stopped longer with the puck. Halfway through this man advantage, and they're certainly getting their fair share of shots on goal. Well, the chances are there. They just need to finish a little bit better. One-timer. Vermette takes control of the puck. Quickly another shot. Missed the mark by a long shot. Vermette to Eves. Cleared out by Forsberg. Here's Pricing. Here's Jason Spezza, who's been firing from every angle but can't beat the goaltender. He shoots the puck. It's blocked. Ottawa couldn't strike with a man advantage. Now they're 1 for 3 in the game. Gagne wins the race and beats out the icing call. Robitaille. Great glove save by Hasek. To Knuble. And another shot. He scores. Almost halfway through the game and he's tied it up. It's so fun to watch a guy like this in the offensive zone. Whether he's setting someone up or scoring a goal like this one, it always seems to be pretty. Ties the game here in the second period. That's a good thing, too. Another goal may have taken them out of this game.
Assisted by number 22, Mike Newton.
Chris Crocker.
Number 12,
Communication right on. Here's Andre Mazzaros. He passes it to Alfredson. Intercepted in the slot. He stopped it again. He passes the puck to Mazzaros. This guy's stick, it's usually in the back of the net a short time later. He's always making things happen. Philadelphia trails by 1 halfway through the second period. Now they're in a tight spot, but they're far from out of it.
number 19,
Out comes Eric Desjardins.
number 14, Andre Bezokos. And by number 4,
Robitaille fires from the slot. To Vermette. Now he'll just move the puck into the neutral zone. To Kapanen. Hasek made the save. He passes the puck to Verrata. Now quick up to Kapanen. To Desjardins. Ottawa will get a chance to move out. From behind the net. Here they come again, onto the attack. Turco gets his stick on. And he hangs on for a faceoff. It didn't take this guy too put one in the back of the net. Well, if you want to be valuable to your team's offense, you got to focus on getting your shot off quickly and as often as you can. Face-off won by Forsberg. We're down to 2 minutes to go in this second period. Shoots from the right, and he protects his team's one-goal lead here. Jim, pass over to Redmond. Shots on goal are 14-12 for Ottawa. Here's Simon Gagne, who scored a goal and set up another so far. That'll wrap up the second. 3-2 is the score as we head to the break.
Yeah, see, I don't think Marty Turco ever played for the Philadelphia Flyers, but I had him on my team as the Blackhawks since he was with the Blackhawks one time, so I pulled him from Dallas, put him on my team. And then after the Blackhawks got rid of Turco, they had Ray Emery for backup goalie. So I had to get Ray Emery from the Philadelphia Flyers. I found it just easier to trade Turco, the Flyers, for Emery. But it was the computer who put Marty Turco as your starting goalie, and it looks like he's gotten in the playoffs, so we'll see how this game turns out.
Ottawa is up 3-2, and it's time for the third period of this game. About to drop the puck. Philadelphia's won another draw. Flyers take possession. Good shot. He steals it. Fired it from the point. To Jason Spezza. Now passed over to Fisher. He scores! And early in the third, they've got some insurance up by 2. Alfredson has one of the best shots in the game. Now, he may not be able to rip it as hard as some of the others, but it's as accurate as they come. Ottawa starts the third with another goal for insurance. Jim, a 2-goal lead in the third is huge. They're definitely in control now. He's getting called for high sticking. And the referee has decided that's worth 2 minutes of his time. Philadelphia is about to go to work on its first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in. You want to establish a good power play early, even if you don't score. Build confidence and keeps momentum going. Here's Simon Gagne, who's already got a point tonight with the game's first goal. To Vermette, and he just clears it. He steals the pass. Fired it. Passed ahead to Gagne. Knuble goes offside, and the play is stopped. Ottawa has their big guns going tonight. And Jim, they're a team that'll run up the score if they're not challenged physically. They're getting way too much time with the puck out there. We're ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the Flyers. Shoots the puck from the point. Here's Andre Mazzaros. Redden clears it. Philadelphia gobbles it up. Passed over to Dimitrakos. Offside. Good save on that last attempt. He's moving well, that's for sure. The puck is about to be dropped. Forsberg won the draw. Here's Peter Forsberg. Here's Yanni Pitkinen. Here's Chris Pronger. What a gritty performance he's put on. Here's Simon Gagne. His hands dirty. He's had a good, hard-working game. Philadelphia is 0 for 1 with the man advantage as the penalty expires. And he hangs onto the puck for the whistle. Ottawa has a textbook penalty kill. Press hard outside the blue line and fall back into a solid box in the defensive zone. And Jim, don't forget, they've got some solid goaltending, and that's a key. Johnson fires it. Blocked in front of the net. Here's Daniel Alfredson. A big shot. Steered aside by Marty Turco. He passes it to Dimitrakos. Now it's passed to Carter. Quick shot from the left. Here's Daniel Alfredson. who scored a pair and would love... Oh, shot! Pretty nice glove save by Turco. He passes the puck to Desjardins. Now a pass up to Dimitrakos. To McGrattan. He shoots! He misses. Corralled by Primo. Shoots the puck. Jumped off by Ottawa. Here they come again, onto the attack. Oh, he's nailed along the boards, and that hurt. Wrist shot from deep in the slot. He scores! Brian McGrattan. The release on that shot is so quick. The goalie barely had time to react to the shot. Nice goal. Face-off won by Forsberg. He's over the blue line and on the attack. Here's Jason Stensel, who's got a goal in this game. Hard shot! Hit the man in front of the net to Jason Stensel. To Spezza. Alfredson to Eves. And he takes it into the neutral zone. Quick shot! That's blocked. Oh, close! Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third. To Gagne. Here comes Philadelphia. Shift after shift, putting on great pressure. He gets called for hooking. That'll get him sent off for 2 minutes. Philadelphia will go on the power play once again. They weren't able to capitalize on their first power play. Let's see if they can do it here. Jumped off by Ottawa. Under a minute to go in the third, and he hangs on. Great stop on that shot. You have to have quick reflexes for a save like that. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Ottawa wins another faceoff to Mazzaros. Now up to Vermette. To Kanubo. Great shot. Hasek turned the shot away. Vermette, he clears it out. Heikkinen to Gagne. Vermette dumps it. To Forsberg. Shoots it. Jumped off by Philadelphia. Delayed penalty coming up. Less than 10 seconds to go in the third. He'll be spending the next 2 minutes in the penalty box. You can see that the coach isn't very happy about this call at all.
He's spending the next 10 seconds, 9.8 seconds in the penalty box. So 2.
Fisher departs the bump. He scores! Short-handed! Wrist shots are so much more accurate, and he's a master. He just sits back and waits for the goalie to commit. If they scripted this game beforehand, it wouldn't have looked this good. They absolutely embarrassed their opponents. It's all over now. Ottawa takes the win, and the series with it. presented by Dodge. Check out the all-new 2007 Dodge Nitro. Grab life by the horns. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Philadelphia Flyers were the 4th-seed team, so Ottawa's the underdogs, and they ended up winning it. Every ugly uniforms kind of distracted Philadelphia. They only outshot him by 2. They outscored him by 4. Philadelphia had more hits, won twice the face-offs, had more time in the attack zone, so I guess Marty Turbo is just as bad with Philadelphia this game as he was with the Blackhawks in real life. I mean, Turbo was a good goalie when he was with Dallas, but it seems like when the Blackhawks got him, he was just terrible. There's a look at what I think is going in the Eastern Conference. We've got Buffalo moving on to round 2. New York Islanders, 6th-seed New York Islanders are moving up. So it's going to be, it's kind of hard to say because it depends on who wins in the 2nd and 7th seed game. But if the Tampa Bay Lightning win, then it will be Buffalo and Tampa Bay. We'll have New York against Ottawa. If New Jersey wins, it'll be Buffalo playing against the New York Islanders. And then we'll have Ottawa at New Jersey. So that's the way it'll be in the Eastern Conference. So the next game I'm going to be doing, the next video I'm going to be doing is going to be Monopoly on the Super Nintendo. I recently, actually yesterday, Saturday after work, I tapped at video games, etc. and bought a Super Nintendo because I was going to do my top 10 favorite Super Nintendo games the other day. But for some reason my Retron 3 isn't working. Some of the games were working it. It actually started Thanksgiving night. I went on a date. Some girl I met on the computer. Spent Thanksgiving weekend over at her house and took my Retron 3, and for some reason Super Mario Kart wouldn't work. I only brought 4 games with me. Super Mario Kart wouldn't work in there, but Family Feud and Wheel of Fortune would. I returned home and I'm having the same problem with just about every game except for Wheel of Fortune still works, Family Feud still works, but tons of other games are not working in the Retron 3. So I decided to try my old Super Nintendo, which I had gotten Christmas in '93. That looks a little rusted inside, probably because I left it unconnected for such a long time and I get a lot of humidity in my room. So then I tried my Retro Dual Portable, but here I left that unplugged too long, so the battery needed to be charged. But anyway, yesterday I bought a new used Super Nintendo. I also got 2 Super Nintendo games, Monopoly and Jurassic Park. Now, I'm not sure if I have ever played the Super Nintendo version of either one of those 2 games or not, so I guess we'll have to see when I play it. But another game I got was Dr. Mario on the NES. Now, I know I've played that game before, but still trying to collect all the Nintendo and Super Nintendo games I could find. So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing next, Monopoly on the Super Nintendo, and then it'll probably be Christmas Eve before I do my next 2 hockey games again, and I'm also going to start my top 10 Super NES games on Christmas Eve. And the reason I decided to do that then instead of today is because Christmas Eve will be the 20-year anniversary since I got my first Super Nintendo. We always opened our Christmas presents on Christmas Eve at nighttime. So that was my 17th birthday, and I got my Super Nintendo. So 2 days it's going to be my 37th birthday, and I'll be playing my new Super Nintendo, doing my top 10 favorite NES games, or Super NES games. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the full season of the NHL 07. Hope you're enjoying the playoffs, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be Monopoly on the Super NES.